I now invite Director Branding and Planning, Asian Education Group, Mr. Saurabh Sharma, for his welcome address.
Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Mr. Rajesh Mago, co-founder and CEO, MakeMyTrip.com. Mr. S.Y. Siddiqui, Chief Mentor, Maruti Suzuki India Limited. Mr. Sandeep Marwa, President, Asian Education Group. Dr. Lalitya Veer Srivastava, Director, Asian Education Group. Mr. Gurdeep Singh Raina, Director, Asian Education Group. Dr. Gunjit Kaur, Dean, Asian Business School. Faculty and staff members, graduating students and their proud parents. On behalf of all the faculty members and staff members of Asian Business School, I welcome you all today on this auspicious occasion of the annual Convocation ceremony 2017. We have corporate stalwarts here today with us in the form of Mr. Rajesh and Mr. Siddiqui, and I would say they would have ample amount of information to share with you all. But then it's been a wonderful journey with you all people over the past 2.5 years at Asian Business School. The little advice which I felt like giving you today, or maybe from my past experiences which I felt like sharing with you today, I would say, if I could relate to you, I would say at this particular moment, most of you must have started your journey in the corporate world, or maybe about to begin your journey, or maybe working since a few months in the corporate world. And maybe the clarity of the future as to how would we do in this particular organization in terms of our career, in terms of the stability, in terms of the expectations you had. I think sometimes it seems unclear to you all that, okay, what will be the future like for us? But then if I were to relate this situation of yours to a situation wherein, say suppose you're driving, it's like winter time and you are crossing an area which is densely fogged and you are in your car. So what do? Do you halt? Or do you just like stop? Or do you keep moving? Yes, it affects your, I would say, your speed. Probably you will go slower. But then the way to do is that whatever patch is visible to you, just keep moving and eventually you reach your destination. I would relate this particular situation to something similar to you all as well, wherein you have to keep moving. Maybe things don't seem that clear initially, but then eventually when you will keep moving, you will see things opening up. And it has happened with me as well personally. So I would say that stagnation is something which you should avoid. Like some people are like, till the time I find the correct job, I find the correct company, the correct profile, or the thing which I'd always wanted when I initiated or thought of doing an MBA PGDM course, I'll wait for that. I would ideally say it's okay to wait and be, you can say, hell-bent upon what you want in life, but then keep moving. There's no harm in trying something till that time, because it will definitely be an experience for you, if not maybe the ultimate thing which you wanted to do in your life. So that will be something which I wanted you to practice and use as far as your journey at this particular moment is concerned. The other thing which I would want to say is that sometimes you feel as if, okay, we are doing fine, but you're facing a lot of obstacles. Are we on the correct track? Like, are we on the correct path, or are we on the wrong path? Sometimes you get confused that do we take a U-turn? Do we like go back or maybe start again? See, if I were to again compare this particular situation with, say suppose when you people must be young, and I'm sure some of you even today, like as kids you were fond of playing PlayStations and video games and all, isn't it? So whenever you go in the correct direction, wherein if you meet a lot of enemies on the way, that means that you are on the correct path. You will not meet enemies on the wrong path. Same way, this particular example, if you relate to your corporate life or your own personal life, if you are facing obstacles, if you are facing hindrances, that purely means that you are on the correct path. So that doesn't mean, or you should not interpret it to be the way that, okay, I'm facing a lot of problems, I think I'm on the wrong path. No, I think that is the correct path. You should overcome those problems, be it your work, be it the targets you have to fulfill at your workplaces or wherever, and that will ensure you that yes, I am on the correct path. Don't take it wrong. You see a mountain huge in front of you, you see, okay, this mountain if I climb will actually wear me out. It's not actually the mountain. It could ideally be maybe a small pebble in your shoe. That would hurt you, isn't it? So it's all about the mindset as to how you think in your mind and how you perceive it that ways. Okay. The next thing which I would want you to again, which I would say I've also faced, maybe previously in my previous organization or maybe somewhere in my career, but then I would say that there are certain people who try to pull you down. Maybe initially when you are pretty naive in your work, as of now, maybe just 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, or maybe in the latter stage as well. Firstly, it's a very basic thing which you must have heard as well, that somebody who's pulling you down is already down. How can somebody above you pull you down, isn't it? So you should not pay heed to them, firstly. Secondly, I would say that you should always be focused upon the fact that you don't get, you can say, bothered or changing your path or course because of such negativity. That should always be avoided as far as you are concerned. I'll again share something which I read, like I'm quoting this number which is 86,400. That's for a reason, okay? I'll tell you later. So say suppose if somebody has like $86,400 and say suppose somebody steals $10 out of it, or maybe you lose it or something out of your purse or something, would you get bothered? That okay, I'm just left with 86,390, $10 are like missing. One is that you can be bothered, you can throw away the remaining money, you cannot think, okay, how do I invest the remaining money? How can I use that money to maybe earn more money? One is that. But then if you think upon that missing $10, you will constantly be restricting yourself towards the positive side of investing that remaining money, or maybe feeling happy that that was such a tiny amount or a portion that you should ideally just not pay heed to it. Like if you know, like a day has 86,400 seconds, one day. So if say suppose somebody comes to you and says 10 seconds of negativity, should you be bothered? I don't think so. Because if you are, then that 10 seconds will hamper the remaining 86,390 seconds as well. So the thing which ideally should be doing at that particular point of time is that you should move ahead and just not think upon that. Don't spoil the remaining day or those remaining seconds of your life. That is something which I feel you should do. Maybe I was not initially able to do that, but then if I can share with my 11 years of experience, I would say that I would have been slightly better in that phase if I would have avoided being bothered by those 10 seconds of pulling down on negativity from such people. Okay. Lastly, I feel that some people think that greatness just happens over time. Like we see cricketers, we see players, we see you can see somebody like Virat Kohli and say, okay, I think I should have been a cricketer, I would have earned so much money and he's so wealthy, rich and this and that. So these thoughts come, but then what we actually don't remember or don't think is that there's a lot of effort which has gone into that greatness. Greatness doesn't come easy. There's a lot of patience and perseverance, resilience which has to be put in. Like who's the fastest man on earth? Usain Bolt, right? So he's won 9 gold medals in last 3 Olympics. And you know what? He's just ran on track for less than 2 minutes. So to be precise, he's just ran 115 seconds. 5 seconds less than 2 minutes. And for those 115 seconds, he's earned $119 million. That is for 1 second, he has earned more than $1 million. So when we see the outcome, we see, oh my God, somebody ran just for 2 minutes and he's like been achieving so much. But then he's put in more than 20 years of hard work, effort, perseverance into it. So the outcome seems fine, but we forget that there's a lot of hard work which has been put in by people into all of that. So it will take time. So the point I want to mention to you all is that patience is something which you will have to really get into yourself. Some people, I also personally, I've met some of you initially with your parents and all as well. Everybody expects, okay, when will I be in such a situation? When will I have my own office? I'll have my own seating, cubicles and all those things. And when will I give orders? When will I have my own team to monitor or lead? They'll come. See, firstly, if you every day uses word learn, L-E-A-R-N, isn't it? But we forget that this L gets removed after a while and then you start to earn. So you have to keep a track of that, and that is what would eventually get you ahead. So initially in your phase, because it's with my personal interaction with you as well, which I know with some people, you are a bit eager. Okay, how can I get success instantly? That doesn't happen. It might happen to some people, but then would you wait for that and maybe face a situation wherein nothing happens? It's always better to be patient, to be hardworking, and eventually the results would come. That earn would come, that L would definitely go. I would say at the end that whatever you do in life, I think you should give your 100%, except for the time you're donating blood. Thank you so much.